If you've got a Costco membership, what's happening right now at your local warehouse is going to directly affect how you shop, how you check out, and how much you're actually saving on that membership. Costco is making some pretty significant changes this year, and most members have no idea these are coming. I wanted to make this video because some of these changes are genuinely helpful, and a couple might catch you off guard if you're not paying attention. Let me walk you through everything. 1. Faster checkout is finally happening. Let's start with the one thing every single Costco shopper has complained about at some point: the checkout lines. Think about your last trip to Costco. You've got a cart full of stuff. You've been shopping for an hour, and then you see it. That line snaking all the way back to the frozen section. You start doing the math in your head. Is this line going to take 10 minutes? 20 minutes? You start eyeing the other lanes, trying to figure out which one is moving faster. Well, Costco is rolling out new technology this year that should make a real difference. Costco CEO Ron Vacris announced during their recent earnings call that they've been testing what they're calling scan-and-go technology in 27 warehouses across the country. Here's how it works. You open the Costco app on your phone, scan each item's barcode as you put it in your cart, and pay through the app when you're done shopping. Then you show a QR code to an employee on your way out. No unloading your cart onto the conveyor belt. No waiting for a cashier to scan everything one by one. No reloading everything back into your cart. Early results show checkout speeds improving by about 20%. Now, if you've ever used Sam's Club, this probably sounds familiar because they've had Scan and Go for years. Costco has been behind on the technology side, and they know it. But here's the thing, Costco is being Costco about it. They're not rushing this out the door half-baked. They're testing it thoroughly before rolling it out everywhere. CEO Ron Vacris said during the earnings call that this is about using technology to strengthen fundamentals, not technology for technology's sake. If you've noticed the membership scanners at the front door that they started requiring, that's actually part of this whole system. By verifying your membership when you walk in, it speeds up everything at checkout because your card is already pre-verified. But here's what I find really clever. Even if you don't want to use the app, Costco is also testing something else. Employees with handheld scanning devices will pre-scan your cart while you're still waiting in line. Think about how Chick-fil-A does their drive-thru, with employees walking down the line taking orders on tablets. Same concept. So by the time you reach the register, everything's already tallied up. You just pay and go. Costco plans to roll out improved checkout technology to all US warehouses throughout 2026. 2. That food court is getting locked down. Speaking of membership scanners, let me tell you about a change that's going to upset some people. If you've ever let a friend or family member use your Costco membership to grab a hot dog from the food court, those days are numbered. Costco is rolling out membership scanners in the food court itself. You'll need to scan your membership card before you can even place an order at the terminal. Now, technically, Costco's food court has always been members only. That's actually the official rule. But enforcement has been spotty for years, and plenty of non-members have been walking in and grabbing that $1.50 hot dog combo without anyone stopping them. A Redditor spotted these new food court scanners at their local Costco back in November of 2025, and employees confirmed their membership ID scanners that just hadn't been activated yet. Some California locations have already been using them for a while, and members there say it's actually been a good thing. The food courts aren't as overcrowded anymore. Lines move faster. There's actually an upside for executive members here that I don't think enough people are talking about. Once you're scanning your card at the food court, your purchases will count toward your 2% cashback reward. So that $1.50 hot dog is technically costing you even less as an executive member. 3. Your Costco credit card just got better. If you have the Costco Anywhere Visa card, you probably already know it's one of the better cashback cards out there. No annual fee as long as you have a membership. Good rewards categories. Well, Costco quietly increased the cashback rate on gas purchased at Costco gas stations from 4% to 5%. This change actually happened in January 2025, but a lot of people didn't notice because Costco didn't exactly shout it from the rooftops. Here's how it works. You get 5% cash back on gas at Costco gas stations specifically. For gas purchased anywhere else, or for electric vehicle charging, you still get 4%. Both of those rates apply to a combined $7,000 in annual spending, and then it drops to 1% after that. Most people won't hit that $7,000 cap, so for the average member, you're looking at 5% back on every Costco fill-up. CFO Gary Millerchip mentioned this during their recent earnings call, saying they're committed to continuing to improve the value of the membership. He specifically mentioned the extended opening hours, the Instacart benefits, and the 5% gas on the credit card as examples. Let me put some real numbers on this. If you're filling up at Costco and spending $200 a month on gas there, that's $2,400 a year. At 5%, you're getting $120 back. At the old 4% rate, you'd have gotten $96 back. So that's an extra $24 per year. Not life-changing by itself, but it adds up on top of Costco's already lower gas prices. 4. Executive members are getting some nice perks. If you pay for the $130 executive membership instead of the basic $65 Gold Star membership, you've probably wondered at some point if it's really worth the extra $65. Costco added some new benefits that started in mid-2025, and they're continuing through 2026. First, executive members now get early shopping hours. That means you can shop from 9 to 10 a.m. on weekdays and Sundays before the store opens to regular Gold Star members. If you've ever tried shopping at Costco on a Saturday afternoon, dodging carts, waiting for sample stations, you know how valuable an extra quiet hour can be. Second, executive members get a $10 monthly credit toward same-day delivery through Instacart. This applies to orders of $150 or more placed through sameday.costco.com or through Instacart directly. The credit applies automatically, and it's available every single month. That's $120 in annual delivery credits if you use it every month, which actually covers most of the extra cost of the executive membership right there. And remember, executive members also get that 2% cashback reward on most Costco purchases, up to $1,250 per year. That means if you spend $6,250 at Costco annually, you've earned back the entire $65 upgrade cost. 5. Prescription drug pricing is changing. This one affects a specific group of people, but if it applies to you, it could save you real money. Costco's pharmacy has partnered with Navitus, which is a pharmacy benefit manager. Starting January 1st, 2026, Navitus clients can access what's called cost-plus pricing at Costco Pharmacy. What does that mean in plain English? Instead of the confusing mess of rebates, hidden fees, and mysterious pricing that usually determines what you pay for prescription drugs, you'll see exactly what Costco pays for the medication, plus a straightforward markup for their services. It's transparent pricing, which is pretty rare in the pharmacy world. Navitus covers about 9 million people through employers, unions, and government plans. So if your prescription coverage runs through them, you might want to check this out. Richard Stevens, the senior vice president of Costco Pharmacy, called it a positive step to give payers a tool to effectively manage drug spending. Quick side note here, you don't actually need a Costco membership to use the pharmacy. That's been true for a while, and a lot of people don't know it. But being a member does get you access to additional discounts. 6. More Costco locations are coming. Costco announced they're planning to open 35 new warehouse locations by the end of fiscal year 2026. Now, I should mention that Costco's fiscal year starts in September, so some of these have already opened. 5 of those 35 are actually relocations of existing stores to larger facilities, not brand new markets. Here are some specific locations that have opened or are opening in early 2026. In California, there's Roseville, which opened in January to huge crowds, and North Visalia is coming. In Texas, there's Liberty Hill, New Braunfels, and Forney. In Utah, there's St. George. And for our Canadian viewers, there's a business center opening in Winnipeg, Manitoba. If you've been waiting for a Costco closer to your home, 2026 might be your year. CEO Ron Vakris mentioned during their earnings call that next year's openings will be a good mix of infills in established markets and opportunities in new markets. 7. Costco's first standalone gas station. This next one is genuinely surprising, and it's why I wanted to make this video. Costco is doing something they've never done before. They're building a standalone gas station with no warehouse attached. This 40-pump facility is being built in Mission Viejo, California, and it's expected to open this spring. Think about that for a second. This will be Costco's largest gas station ever, with 40 fueling positions, and it's not connected to any warehouse. There's no store, no food court, no bulk toilet paper, just gas. It's going into a shopping center on El Paseo, right off the I-5 freeway between La Paz Road and Oso Parkway, where a Bed Bath & Beyond used to be. The site is about 2 miles away from the nearest actual Costco warehouse. You'll still need a membership to fill up there. That's not changing. But if this works out, Costco has hinted they might build more standalone gas stations in other high-traffic locations. This could be huge for members who want the cheap Costco gas but don't have time for a full shopping trip. The city of Mission Viejo is expecting up to 9,500 vehicles per day at this location. They're projecting up to 9 fuel truck deliveries daily, just to keep up with demand. The Mission Viejo mayor, Bob Ruesch, actually put out a statement saying the city is excited to have Costco build its first standalone gas station there. That tells you something about how much demand there is for Costco's lower gas prices. And from Costco's perspective, this makes sense. During their recent earnings call, they mentioned having record fuel sales. The combination of expanded gas station hours, new stations, and lower prices at the pump led to 2 of their all-time highest gallon weeks ever. 8. Kirkland products are getting more local. Costco is making a strategic shift with their Kirkland signature products. They're moving production closer to where items are actually sold. This serves a couple purposes. First, it reduces shipping costs, which helps keep prices down. Second, it helps Costco avoid some of the tariff complications that have been hitting retailers lately. Costco already has regional buyers across the US who source local and specialty products. This is just an expansion of that existing approach. For international markets like Mexico and Canada, Kirkland products are already being sourced or manufactured as close to their point of sale as possible. The company also launched 45 new Kirkland products in the last few months of 2025, including those viral caramelized blueberry cheesecake croissants, if you've seen those in your store. Expect more new Kirkland items throughout 2026, though Costco says they'll only release new products if they genuinely bring value to members. 9. The app is getting an overhaul. If you've used the Costco app, you know it's not exactly known for being user-friendly. Costco is working on a significant redesign for 2026. The goal is better real-time inventory tracking, so you can actually check if that specific item is in stock at your local store before you drive there. Anyone who's made a trip to Costco for a specific item only to find it's not there knows how frustrating that is. They're also pushing for more digital memberships and auto-renewal options. Costco has noticed that members who sign up online are slightly less likely to renew than those who sign up in person. The company's overall renewal rate is about 90%, which is incredibly high, but they want to make sure online members stick around too. 10. Employee wages are going up. I always think it's worth mentioning when a company takes care of its workers, because happy employees generally means better service for customers. Costco finalized a 3-year employee agreement in early 2025 that includes raises continuing through 2026 and 2027. Here are the specifics. The minimum wage at Costco is now $20 per hour. The average wage for hourly workers in the US and Canada is over $31 per hour, including bonuses. Employees at the top of the pay scale got an immediate $1 per hour raise, and they're getting additional $1 per hour raises in March 2026 and March 2027. By the end of this agreement, top-scale clerks will be making over $32 per hour. First-year employees now get paid vacation right away, which wasn't the case before. And employees with 30 years at the company get 6 weeks of time off, which is an additional week compared to what they had previously. CEO Ron Vakris said the agreement reflects Costco's commitment to providing industry-leading pay and benefits. For comparison, Walmart's average hourly wage is around $18, and Target is somewhere between $15 and $24, depending on location and position. Costco is significantly ahead of both. Even compared to Sam's Club, which is their direct competitor, Costco pays noticeably more. Why does this matter to you as a shopper? Because it's part of why the service at Costco tends to be better than at other big box retailers. When employees are well compensated, they stick around. They learn the products. They know where things are. They actually care about helping you. Employee retention at Costco is around 93% for people who've been there at least a year. That's almost unheard of in retail, where turnover is usually a revolving door. Bonus: extended hours in Canada. If you're watching from Canada, here's something specific for you. Costco has extended weekend hours at Canadian locations, with stores now closing at 7 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. This started as a holiday-only thing, but it was so popular that Costco decided to make it permanent. What this all means for your membership. Let's talk about the bottom line here. Costco is clearly investing heavily in making the membership more valuable. The question for you is whether these changes matter for how you actually shop. If you're an executive member, the math is getting easier to justify. Between the 2% cashback, the early shopping hours, and the new $10 monthly Instacart credit, you're looking at potentially hundreds of dollars in annual value beyond the basic membership. If you have the Costco credit card and fill up at their gas stations regularly, that bump to 5% cashback is essentially free money on top of already low gas prices. And if you've been frustrated by long checkout lines, the Scan and Go rollout and pre-scan technology should make your shopping trips noticeably faster by the end of this year. The food court scanner thing is going to annoy some people, particularly those who've been letting friends use their membership or sneaking in without one. But if you're an actual member, you might actually appreciate the shorter lines. Here's my takeaway. Costco is doing what Costco always does. They're making incremental changes that protect the value proposition of the membership while finding ways to operate more efficiently. They're not making flashy changes for headlines. They're making changes that should make your actual shopping experience better. I'd love to know what you think about these changes. Which one affects you the most? Are you excited about the faster checkout, or are you more concerned about the food court crackdown? Have you noticed any of these changes at your local store already? Let me know in the comments. If you found this helpful, subscribing helps us keep bringing you these updates on what's happening at Costco and other warehouse stores. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.